Yo, do you have your own business and shipping things just gets super complicated?
I sure do.
I sure do too. That's why I use ShipStation, okay? Save time by funneling all your orders into one simple interface no matter where you're selling. Manage every order. I'm talking about Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or your own website from anywhere, even your phone. Save money when you compare carrier options and choose the best shipping solution every time. ShipStation works with every carrier so you can always find the best fit for you. Goody Brand uses ShipStation. We use it all the time and it's such a stress reliever, okay? And guess what? You can ship more in less time with ShipStation. If you just use our offer code DUDES, get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free with no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in DUDES. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
Dudes Behind the Foods is brought to you by Good Chop, America's online butcher. With Good Chop, you get a flexible monthly subscription plan for high-quality American meat and seafood. I do not need to tell you how much I love meat and how much I love food because look at my fat belly. It's just filled with all this delicious stuff from Good Chop. I be grilling, I be cooking, I be stuffing stuff non-stop all day. Good Chop, baby. So if you want to live a good life with good meats just like me, go to goodchop.com/dudes100 and use code DUDES100 to get $100 off your first 3 boxes. That's go to goodchop.com/dudes100 and use code DUDE100 to get $100 off your first 3 boxes.
Dudes Behind the Foods. Dudes Behind the Foods. It's all about the dudes behind the foods.
Yes, that's the worst intro theme song I've ever heard in my life. Try again.
Okay. Better help. That's what I was doing. Okay. Theme song. Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods. What's up, y'all?
That's actually really fucking good. That's good. Hey, somebody grab that little thing and then do something with it.
Oh, remix it?
Yeah.
Yo, Sway the remix god. Yo, all my producer homies, do something. And don't charge me for it. What's up, y'all? I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
And I'm David So.
Welcome back to your favorite food podcast in the game, where all we do is talk about food and only food.
That is a lie. Now, what I wanted to bring today is from my favorite French restaurant, McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's.
You know, I'm actually imitating somebody on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just a French cook dude. He actually makes like high-end food. Mm-hmm. And I thought he was a comedy channel because of the way he speaks, but that's just how he
talks.
His
real voice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Pierre Ducalarange.
Yes. Yes, and his assistant is Steven Escargot.
And his wife, voulez-vous toucher mes fesses?
Oh, yes. And his son, Peter Pate. So, Tim had a very, very interesting idea.
Yes.
When it came to chicken McNuggets.
McNuggets?
You take 2 sauces.
Yeah.
The hot mustard. And then...
All right, y'all, it's time. It's time to have some chicken nuggets. I don't know if you ready. My alarm to start recording.
Oh,
okay,
really
go on. I'm sorry.
And then he said, why don't we sauce them like Nashville hot chickens, but with the hot mustard and the sweet and sour?
So whenever I eat chicken nuggets, I get the sweet and sour and the hot mustard, which a lot of people sleeping on. People don't know even McDonald's has hot mustard. And I get it and I dip it in one and I dip it in the other, and that's my shit with my chicken nuggets. But one day I tossed it up. You know what I'm saying? Fucking shake and bake style with the sauce, and I sauced it up.
Like a chicken à l'orange.
Like a sauce, chicken à l'orange. And it is delicious.
I don't think a single thing beats the chicken McNugget.
Yes.
In terms of chicken nuggets, Wendy's, I think they have their own thing.
Yeah.
But there's something special about the McDonald one.
You're going to shake it up in the box? Is that what you're doing?
I think that's what we're doing.
Okay, sure. Let's
it's a Nashville hot chicken.
I just hope we don't get any... Oh, fuck it. We don't care about these blankets. They aren't even real sheets. These are really just blankets.
Yeah, man. They're gonna just wash them anyways.
Yeah, or not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby, sweet mother of pearl.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet baby. Sweet baby Jesus. let me tell you, I love me. I really like the hot mustard from McDonald's. Has a nice little tang to it, little tiny little kick. Nothing crazy if you can't handle spicy food.
You're a pussy. Resilient and strong.
Yeah, that's right. Beautiful in all its shapes and colors and
Shapes,
fragrances.
and colors and bumps. And
Can I put my trash in your...
in my trash bag?
Yes. Yeah, well, this is exciting. I've never actually, because when I made that chicken with the sauces, it wasn't actually chicken nougates. It was chicken from Church's. So I'm excited about this.
I'm making sure I seal everything, guys. We're teaching you McDonald life hacks right now.
Oh man, y'all are gonna love this. Look, man, if I ever get my own McDonald's meal like BTS and Saweetie, this is gonna be part of it right here.
Ugh. Oh my God, it's slathered and smothered on everything.
Remember when McDonald's had the McShaker salads? Do you remember that?
Yes. And people thought they were losing weight while they ate them. Please. It was more. Oh, I got stains on this. Oh, no.
Look at you already. Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry. This is mustard. It's never going to come out.
Oh my. Actually, I'm going to get some of this footage for my own vlog because this is great, man. I love what we're doing here.
Studio 71, you guys have money, so you will be able to buy a new blanket. I apologize.
What the? Yeah, these shits are like 2 for $20 at IKEA. Come on.
This is very true.
All right, so let me just get this little footage here from my vlog while me and David are eating and trying out some new McDonald's life hacks that we invented over here at Dudes Behind the Foods podcast. It's super lit. All right, let's get to it.
Yes. Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Robin Couch, I know you are a vegan. I apologize for always slaughtering animals in my mouth in front of you.
We do so much of it, but it's okay. She can handle it. If she can handle us talking about our dicks for an hour, she can handle us eating a chicken nougat.
This is true. Uncircumcised.
Cheers to that.
Hey. Hey.
Hey. Marvelous.
Why just dip them separately when you can smother them all?
That's beautiful.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
I tell you, can I speak to the chef at this McDonald's you went to? I need to speak to the chef because hello, Monsieur Korea face. C'est magnifique on these chicken nougats.
You know, I suffer for my art, and you, sir, have made my day.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
A bunch of French people are so mad at us. That's not how we speak.
Made my day. Oh man, that's great.
Yeah.
David, I appreciate you bringing these chicken nuggets, and I have a special treat for you as well. So once you told me you were at McDonald's getting chicken nougats for us, I Googled what pairs well with chicken nuggets.
Oh!
And I have a bottle of wine here. According to Google, a good white wine to pair with chicken nuggets
Are you serious?
I swear to God, is a Burgundy Chardonnay. So here we have a Joseph Drouin Bourgogne Chardonnay from 2015, and we're going to try it out.
Let me tell you something. We've said this multiple times. I know nothing about wine.
Nothing at all.
I don't know what makes it more expensive per se. I don't understand why. I just know that I like what I like, and I drinks what I drinks.
Yes, sir.
And that's how you guys should always enjoy your food.
That's how you should enjoy life.
Yeah,
Do
man.
what makes you happy. Fuck what people say.
Exactly.
Here you are, sir.
Oh, and it's, look at this. This is a plastic,
Yeah.
and it has a thumbprint in
Has
it.
a little grip. Isn't that great?
Hey.
And let me tell you, the Bevmo out here, the ladies were so helpful, dog. This lady, I was like, yo, do you have wine cups? And one lady was like, yes, they're in aisle whatever. And the other lady was like, I'll go get them for you. She ran and she fucking grabbed them for me.
What the fuck?
It was amazing.
Hey, the Bevmo in Pasadena, let me tell you something. Nothing like that. This lady was like, they're in the back. I'm like, what part of the back? This is a fucking warehouse.
Oh, but also, did you know Bevmo has like regular grocery store shit?
No.
This Bevmo I was just at has everything. toothbrushes, toothpaste, regular snacks and chips and like groceries and
I
shit.
wish they have like condoms and shit too.
I mean, I feel like that makes sense. Mm-hmm. One time I was at a store, and it was one of those nights of my life. Single Tim was like, "Oh, thank you so much," and I literally just had to get gum, condoms, and like I don't know, strawberries or some shit. It was just gum and condoms. And the girl at the register was like, no, the girl behind me was like, someone's gonna have a good time tonight.
Oh man, somebody always has to make a stupid comment every time you get condoms, which I never buy, and I have a lot of kids out there.
Do you remember the first time you bought condoms?
Yes, I do. I bought the Magnum XLs, and and the cash register was like, "Yeah, right. Go get the smaller ones." And I was like, "Well, you don't know. I'm making animal balloons, idiot." No, I remember I felt weird as a kid. I don't know why, because you're a guy, so of course you're gonna buy condoms. But just buying them, I felt weird because it felt like everybody was looking at me.
Right.
And I couldn't shake the feeling that people were like, "Oh, this guy's gonna have sex."
First time I bought condoms, same shit. It's like a manly thing. You should be proud of buying condoms. But first time I bought condoms, I did that thing where you kind of buy like 5 other things and kind of like, yeah, let me get this magazine. Let me get some breath mints. Let me get some. Let me get some Q-tips and some condoms. Yeah, there's all these condoms in there.
You just add it right then. Yeah, maybe this apple, maybe this banana. It's a condoms. And,
It's like, is there condoms? Yeah, might as well.
There was so many different brands. It was a little daunting. I didn't know what the fuck I should get. There was ribbed ones. There was one that had warming gel on it. And I was like, oh, what the fuck am I supposed to get? Turns out, though, when I lost my virginity, I just ripped that shit off. I was like, I don't feel nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Practice safe sex.
Yes.
But
it
sucks.
Yes. Practice safe sex, but it is amazing without condoms. I think where was I at? Someone was like, hey man, turkey bacon is like condom sex, it'll never be as good.
And I'll say this. If you are going to go Rob, do it with the person you care about. And also make sure that you check for STDs before.
Look, at being a grown man who had my hoe stage, I definitely had those experiences with grown women who were about their shit and were like, hey, when we had conversations leading up to when we were going to meet up or whatever, we're like, I'm gonna show you my test results. You go get tested too, so we don't have to worry about stupid condoms. We don't have to worry about STDs, any of that, and we can just have fun. And like literally, that's what happened. We both got tested. Here are my results. Here are my results. Let's get it in.
I like that though, because not a lot of people are that communicative, but it kind of gives you like a peace of mind, so you don't have to worry about that shit. Especially if you're gonna hook up more than once. It just makes things a lot easier.
You don't have to stress. You don't have to be like, oh man, did I make a horrible decision? Did I just get a fucking STD? And all right, first of all, toast.
Oh.
Cheers. Let's see if this pairs well with chicken nuggets. You ate all your nuggets already?
I'm a fat boy.
Here, we'll have one of mine so you see how it pairs.
Okay. Oh, very nice.
Okay, first of all, the wine is great.
I smell juniper berries on a crisp summer day.
And a garden hose.
Garden hose? BMW 5 Series flat tire?
That's an inside joke. I'm going to tell you all about it.
Hey.
I
think that works.
That's pretty great. And even I feel like even the sauces we chose are very complimentary of this wine.
I thought the same thing. Oh.
Wow.
Chardonnay moi.
I like that a lot. Okay. This is I might start eating a lot of wine with my McDonald's.
This is pretty fucking good. And you know what goes good with white wine? Fish. We have a
Filet-O-Fish. Okay, wait. What were we just talking about before I cut you off to cheers?
The 5 Series tire.
No. Condom sex.
Getting checked before you hook up.
Getting checked. Mature. Something.
Makes it easier.
Robin, do you know what we're talking about?
All I remember is the safe sex. Make sure you communicate with your partner.
All right, whatever. All right. So, David, you also brought us a Filet-O-Fish.
This, by the way, is one of my favorite things on the McDonald's menu.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand. You know what? The first time I ever had a Filet-O-Fish is literally the weirdest way. I ate a Filet-O-Fish, and I never wanted to eat it because who wants to eat fish at a fast food restaurant? Mm-hmm. I ate it because of my Vietnamese gangbanger homies. Because for some reason, Vietnamese gangbangers, even though they're out killing people on these streets, they're very devout Catholics.
Chucky Akins.
So for Lent, on Fridays, they would eat Filet-O-Fishes.
Really?
And so they told me to eat one because it was fire.
Yeah.
And I ate a Filet-O-Fish from this guy named Viet.
Well, there you go. First of all, I think Filet-O-Fishes have a very weird reputation. People are like, who the fuck orders Filet-O-Fish? Let me tell you something, dog. Filet-O-Fishes are probably my go-to McDonald's order. And I'm not even Catholic. My parents always loved just the Filet-O-Fish. It's delicious.
It's so fucking good. And they're like, you never serve cheese with fish. And I'm like, you, sir, are an idiot.
It breaks all the rules, but it makes it work, man. Because like we said earlier, fuck the rules, do what makes you happy.
Have sex with STDs immediately because I found out that the COVID-19 drug is now creating cures for AIDS.
You lying.
Well, I don't know if it's the drug specifically, but I guess the mRNA stuff, it led open a door to find like a vaccine that might work for AIDS.
Well, it's about time.
Yes. So have sex raw. It does not matter.
You know what? The Filet-O-Fish, man, is one of my favorite things. And there's just...
there.
They went into clinical trials for an HIV vaccine, with mRNA. Wow.
Yes. Science is freaking amazing.
Science is amazing. Oh, man, there's so many things I want to talk about. We have like such a diarrhea of like topics right now.
I know.
Filet-O-Fishes being awesome. That made me want to talk about religion, STDs still, my flat tire, and we're going to tell you all about it right after this break. Yo, nowadays you can't get online without hearing about some type of cryptocurrency coin thingamabob, right? Well, do you identify as crypto curious? If you've ever thought about entering the world of cryptocurrency but felt a little overwhelmed, Coinbase makes learning to buy and sell simple. Now, I'm definitely curious. I really don't know what's going on, but I actually do use Coinbase, and it makes it pretty easy, okay? Cryptocurrency might feel like a secret or exclusive club, but Coinbase believes that everyone everywhere should be able to get in the door. Whether you've been trading for years or just getting started, Coinbase can help, okay? Coinbase offers a trusted and easy to use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. They support the most popular digital currencies on the market and make them accessible to everyone. For a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at coinbase.com/dudes. Sign up at coinbase.com/dudes for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to sign up today. That's coinbase.com/dudes.
Hey, Tim, let me ask you something. You like meat?
Love it.
Do you like convenient meat or straight to your damn door?
Hell yeah.
Have you heard of Good Chop?
Yes, I have.
Well, Good Chop is the shit. America's online butcher. With Good Chop, you get a flexible monthly subscription plan for high-quality American meat and seafood. Choose the medium or large plan and enjoy your favorite cuts of beef, chicken, pork, and seafood. You don't even want to talk to me right now about grilling meats because I've been grilling meats over hard-ass wood. I'm talking about so hard, you put them into a neighborhood, everybody's scared of that hard-ass wood.
That's hard as fuck.
It's so damn hard. And let me tell you something. With that hard-ass wood, we got some soft-ass beef. Delicious. So succulent and moist. The ribeye on the caps of my ribeye have been freaking amazing. Number one, easy access to high quality products. Good Chop offers convenient contact-free delivery right to your doorstep. All products are sourced from the USA. Unlike many other companies, Good Chop sources its meat and seafood exclusively from American farms and fisheries that set the bar high for animal welfare and sustainable practices. My friends, I love Good Chop, so go to goodchop.com/dudes100 and use codes dudes100 to get $100 off your first 3 boxes. Once again, go to goodchop.com/dudes100 and use codes dudes100 to get $100 off your first 3 boxes.
We're back, and this is a great time to come back because Robin Couch she asked us, have you heard of people who are allergic to semen?
I
And
never did, but you do.
yes, because one of my homegirls who's allergic to a lot of shit, so she's just prone to, I guess, being allergic to stuff. She told me one day, she was like, I think I'm allergic to my boyfriend's sperm. And she was like, I don't know what it is. Every time like I swallow or when she like comes on me, she would like get a rash.
What the fuck?
Isn't that crazy?
You know, it'd be so funny, Robin. Like, what if you, as a young teenage girl, like your dad looks at you, he goes, "You were sucking dick today, weren't you?" You're like, "Absolutely not," and you just have a rash all over your face. That would be so fucking funny. You're lying. No, I'm not.
Or he injected you with something to make you allergic to semen. So he knows.
I planned it since you were young.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Semen, allergies, STDs. All right.
There was that weird phase where I remember reading. It was like these random like fringe articles, and this is like during the time where a lot of these articles were just saying just really ridiculous shit, which may or may not be true, but nobody was doing fact checking. But people were talking about, oh, you should come on your girl's face because it's good for their skin. And I don't even know if that was true.
So I dated a girl who read this article and wanted to try.
Oh my God.
So she's like, I read that, jizz on your face can be good for your acne or whatever. So she was like,
what?
She was like, hey, so after we do it, come on my face. And it wasn't just like a porn spritz. It was like I jizzed on her like cheeks. She rubbed it into her face like a fucking mask, let it dry, sat there for 15 minutes, and then washed it off.
Did it work?
I mean, her skin was beautiful, but I don't know if my sperm helped.
Dude, you have magical sperm.
I've always believed that.
Clinique Timmy. And you should bottle that shit and sell it and charge it for $50 a shot.
I was trying to think of a jizz makeup pun, but I couldn't think of anything. Sephora, nothing that jizz rhymes with for.
Sephora?
Sephora.
Oh, that's too derogatory towards women, though. I don't like that.
Clinique. Jizido. Jizido.
Jishido? The Japanese one? Yeah. Oh, perfect, dude. Jishido.
I was going to say, when you brought up Catholicism and Filet-O-Fishes, right? So this is so funny. I was sitting in a Burger King when I was going to a Catholic high school for a year. And this is one of the things that made me begin to question religion, okay? Because I was sitting with people who were like, we don't eat beef on Fridays. That's why we order the Filet-O-Fish. But me, I went to a Christian Protestant school that, so we don't believe in the whole no beef shit, right? And
that no beef shit.
And it was just kind of like, and so I was sitting here and I was thinking, these people very much so believe in the same God that I do, the Christian God, right? But they were raised with different rules. They believe they shouldn't eat beef on Fridays. I believe in the same God. We're praying to the same God. I can eat beef on Fridays and I don't give a fuck. And my belief is that God also doesn't give a fuck. And that's when I realized God doesn't give a fuck about any of those rules. These are all man-made rules. And that's when I started to question organized religion, where I was like, what is the point of trying to categorize it, whether it's Protestant, Catholic, Coptic, Orthodox, Mormonism, right? Because none of this shit is coming from God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have my personal relationship with God. He doesn't give a fuck if y'all are eating double cheeseburgers on Friday or not, or if you're like, I don't know, all these like very specific rules that are that go with certain religions, like categories, right? And that's when I was like, you know what? I think I'm not gonna subscribe to these rules.
All from a Filet-O-Fish.
This is
amazing.
It really stemmed from a Filet-O-Fish, and it stemmed from this. I was seeing commercials as a little kid for the Book of Mormon. Not the musical, which is great, but the actual Bible. And I was like, how is it that Mormons have a Bible with extra books when my whole Christian school life, they've been telling me that this Bible is the word of God. And I'm like, oh, okay, but if I believe in this type of Christianity, there's more words of God. So it's like, what is actually the words of God? You feel me? So that's another thing that's solidified in my head, that like man is manipulating what they want, what they think God wants. You know what I'm saying? And then making these rules saying like, yo, this is what God wants. But it's like, if I'm in a different religion and I don't believe in Mormonism, I'll never read these books. So am I missing something that they're missing? Yeah.
Tim's going to hell. God's just listening right now. This bitch ass motherfucker trying to figure out my shit.
God's shaking his head.
You're very introspective, even at a young age. That's pretty. Wait, how old were you when you figured this out?
Well, the Filet-O-Fish shit was when I was like 14.
That's really, you know what I was trying to figure out? It's like, dude, how am I going to make this fucking homemade ramen better? That's the whole, you were really, really introspective. I never really thought like that at that age.
I was just a thinking ass boy. You know, I was an only child and shit, so that probably had a lot to do with it too. I watched a lot of TV. That's why I was seeing that Book of Mormon commercial all the time. So I was like, wait a second, something's not adding up. And there was also a book. It's also a movie. It's a Kevin Smith movie. It's called Dogma. All right, and you can't buy it anymore for whatever reason, whatever legal reasons. But you can. It's on YouTube. The full movie's on YouTube. It's called Dogma, and this low key changed the way I looked at religion too, because the whole plot of this movie is that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are angels that got kicked out of heaven, and God told them to stay on Earth for eternity, right? And they're getting frustrated because they want to go back to heaven. So then there's a preacher there's a pastor played by George Carlin, who he's like very like all about making money for the church. So he's like, come to my church, I will like sanctify the doors of my church, and all you have to do is walk through the doors of my church and all your sins will be forgiven because I said so. I'm a preacher and that's how it works, okay? So the plan of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon is like, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to kill a bunch of people, but then we're going to walk through the church doors, and when the police shoot us dead, we can go to heaven because our sins have been forgiven. The police are going to kill us, and then we get to go to heaven and be back home. So the whole plot is that these guys, on a technicality, are trying to
get back into heaven,
right? But then
really good writing,
then all these people are trying to stop them because of the technicalities. If God's word, which is like always correct, right? If it gets proven wrong or undone, then it'll undo the whole universe. So it's like, if these two angels make it back to heaven, the universe will fucking implode. So people are trying to stop them, right? And it's the movie that, even though it was like satire and it was a comedy, like a dark comedy, even when I was watching as a little kid, it made me realize that so much of it is built on these rules and these technicalities, you know what I'm saying, like that are just kind of silly and man-made. Yeah. And it really made me think, and the whole thing, they're sitting around a campfire at one point, and this one dude who's in he was in Harry Potter and he died, a British actor.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about though, the vampire boy. The vampire boy with the fucking, he was in the vampire movie.
Yeah. I want to get his name.
He's Batman.
Out of respect. No, he's not Batman.
I watched
Alan Rickman. This guy.
Oh, you mean died in real life?
Yes, in real life.
You're talking about Gillyweed, I presume.
Yes. Okay.
Professor Snape.
That guy.
Yes.
So Alan Rickman, he's sitting around a campfire talking to the last descendant of Christ, and she's going through some shit. She's like tripping out. She's like, dude, I can't believe that the blood of Jesus flows through my veins, right? And then she's like, I can't believe that, like, just, you know, all this shit about religion. And then, Chris Rock's character, Chris Rock plays an apostle. And he's like, here's what you need to realize. You know, he's like, you shouldn't look at religion as a belief. He's like, too many people go to war for their beliefs and their convictions and shit. He's like, look at it as an idea, because an idea is like something that can, like, you know, it evolves. It can move with time. And he's like, if you look at religion like an idea, then you won't be so, you know, attached to like the beliefs that people like kill themselves over, and the whole shit just made me like really question the way I looked at religion.
Let me ask you something. Do you still believe in God though?
I believe in God 100%.
You just don't like the idea of organized religion manipulating people to do things that the religion wants.
Yeah, I 100% believe in God as in like an all-seeing, all-knowing entity creator. I do believe in that because for me, you know, I did go to church, Christian school, and I felt something real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and nothing. Like, and I still feel like 100%. I felt like the presence of God in the building. You feel me? And I also feel like I'm a very blessed individual, and I feel like a lot of that, like my whole life, I'm like, yo, I really want to give just like positivity into the world because I feel like I've been blessed, and I feel like there is like a balance to the universe and all that shit. And some people are like, Tim, how are you gonna talk about the universe and you believe in God? I'm like, dude, God controls the universe. So it's like,
there it fucking goes, idiot.
But
here's the interesting thing though, and I always said this too because I was a youth minister for a bit, right? And for me, I still believe in God. The hardest thing that a lot of like devout Christians or supposedly devout Christians would always go through, and I used to tell my youth kids this, is that before you even go ahead and talk about, you know, quote unquote, the word of God, or you want to convert somebody into this religion that you truly believe and love so much, that person that you're trying to talk to about Christ and theology, they can't know more about the religion than you do. So for right now, you're just practicing theory, right? You're trying to show people through feeling. Some people don't want that. They want you to know more about the religion than they do. And a lot of people who I've approached when I was younger who were atheists, they knew more about the Bible than I did, which is something that's very, very important for anybody. Like it's just this classic saying, practice what you preach, right? And I think that was the hard part for a lot of these young kids because they kind of grew up in the religion. So what they felt was stuff that they felt through having a parents that were Christian.
Right.
Right? You've heard all these stories, but you heard them in stories and fables, but you never really went into it. Besides those people who went through like Christian theology class, right, which I had to do a little bit too. And there's so much information out there. If you can't stand there and have a civil conversation with somebody and kind of not even dispute the things that they're saying, but kind of have a stance on things with the information that they're giving you, you're not going to win.
Dude, totally.
It's
right?
too hard that way.
Especially if you're one of these people that refuses to even like entertain the thought that maybe the Bible isn't literal.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not something that you can adapt over time. You know what I'm saying? The people who are like, it says in the Bible, this verse, that homosexuality is a sin. And then you have the people that are like, well, actually, there's Bible verses that say, like, wearing denim is a sin. Or like...
Then why is your daddy gay? Boom.
Your daddy wears jeans, too. But it's like all these really, I mean, the Bible's written so long ago, right? And the people that also that say, like, everything is literal. And because I definitely am down for the concept of these are stories that are meant to teach a lesson, because that makes sense, right? Because like if God is this all-knowing dude and Jesus is his son, why wouldn't you think that God could watch over his universe creation over these past years and be like, yeah, you know what, times have changed a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a little different now.
Yeah. And that was the hard thing too. It's like, I remember when we would do these mission trips and some of these kids would get they would get a little upset because when you're doing missionary trips too, you are going to be in a situation where people will challenge your thoughts and ideas that you really truly believe in. But like the disposition to get mad at somebody because they're challenging you is not a very smart move, right? Because even if I've seen young people try, not even just, I'm sorry, I don't want to say young people, just people in general, just try it out. And you could already tell in their face that they want to argue. It's like, well, if this religion is about love, then you should have a stance of understanding. And it's just really hard sometimes when I see sometimes, and I think that was hard for me to find a really good church is because, I mean, I've talked about so many different stories about being in a Korean church and the bullshit that I had to deal with. Because even if we even go with a bigger issue too, when you have religions that mix in with culture always comes on top of religion, which is so weird. Like I talked about stories where Korean churches, if you guys are Korean out there, you guys know every year there is a flag football thing, turkey bowl, and there's also Korean church volleyball where you'll see the pastor. He's like, holier than thou. And then when volleyball happens, you piece of a keseki shit, motherfucker! You know, in the blood of a Jesus Christ, and he spikes it, and he's like cursing everybody out. It's like, and then you can't speak out of turn sometimes in Korean churches because you have, Korean hierarchy. Like there isn't like really free speech like that sometimes because you have to work within the reins of Korean culture. So sometimes culture comes before the actual religion when it should be the other way around. So there's just like this weird, there's just so many different things about it, right? And I still go to church now. Virtually, just because of COVID.
Yeah.
And I want to be around my friends' kids, so it's like I got to be smart about my shit. But there's always like aspects that I just really dislike, and it's hard for me to get over. But I do enjoy. I think for me too, I enjoy the moral stories.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I always walk away feeling good about something, or I walk away with a better perspective. And I truly believe, I think if I didn't grow up in that Christian church, because growing up in such a shitty ass area, I probably would have been a piece of shit. Because it kind of like tied me down to certain morals that I never went past. Right.
Same.
So
I agree, and I want to go. I actually want to start going back to church again, and because I told God I was going to, but like I 100% agree that even though I grew up and started questioning the technical shit, right? I 100% feel like the foundation that the Christian school built in me is shit I carry to this day, and speaking of like the way things are interpreted, I like give so much credit to like the Christian school I went to. That story where Jesus Christ is like saying, he says, how can you critique the speck in your neighbor's eye when you have a
penis in your mouth?
No. When you have no. It's how can you critique the speck in your homie's eye when you have like a whole like 2x4 in your own eye, some shit like that, right? And I had seen one version of that where Jesus is pissed, and he's like, "How can you talk about the speck in your neighbor's eye when you have this whole wood thing in your own eye, right?" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh wow, Jesus is pissed." But then they also showed us a video. Another teacher at that school showed us a video, of it's like it's a guy playing Jesus, and he's like doing it like a stand-up comedian, and he's like has all these people like listening to him talk, and he's like, "Now look. How can you critique the speck in your neighbor's eye when you have a whole wooden thing in your own eye?" And everyone's cracking up. Yeah. And they're like, "You're right, Jesus." I'm like, wow, what a great interpretation of that. You
Jesus
feel me?
was a stand-up comic, dude.
Yeah, he was a stand-up comic. And I feel like, and that is definitely like a reflection on just religion in general, right?
There's a good thing that I think like Christianity does, and it's the thing about, especially because how they use Jesus Christ as an example.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. I love you, God. How they use Jesus Christ as an example of not thinking that you're above somebody else. Like there's the examples where there was the whore.
Yes.
And she was
Mary Magdalene.
The whore, as I like to call her.
Yeah.
There's that example. There's also the girl who would wipe Jesus's feet with her hair, and just like that idea too. I think still stays ingrained in me today. Like when I look at people, I look at them as people. Whether that was done through other personal influences around me, but I do believe that did stem from church and me doing missionary trips and everything else like that, because it did allow me to, and you could do this, by the way, as a parent without the religion part too, but definitely being in a, because you are the people that you're around, and if everybody kind of follows that ideology, it kind of becomes ingrained in you, right? Helping other people out when they're down, seeing yourself on equal planes with everybody else really does help.
Yeah, man. It for sure helps. Like my dad, from the jump, and and he's always been such an open-minded person, right? He would tell me, because I was going to Christian school, but my parents were Buddhist. But he's like, "Look, man, at the end of the day, all organized religion is bullshit." He's like, just be a good person. That's all that matters. And that's the thing about religion too, right? Is that like all the religions kind of have that underlying do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And they put it in different ways.
True.
But every religion says that, you sow what you reap, treat others how you want to be treated. And at the end of the day, I think, that's all you need to be a good person. How do you want to be treated? Treat other people that way. Marinate on that. We're going to take a break. All right, yo, you know what? One of the things that everyone is doing nowadays is they're starting their own business.
I love it.
Selling stuff.
Hell yeah.
Selling merch, making things. And, sometimes it can be complicated when you're shipping things to people, right?
I hate that part.
Yes, bro. And, of course, you have your clothing company. I have mine, goodybrand.com. You have Secret Society. And, but I tell you what, to make things easier, Goody Brand, we use ShipStation, okay? With ShipStation, you can save time by funneling all your orders into one simple interface, no matter where you're selling, okay? You can manage every order, whether it's Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or your own website from anywhere, even your phone, okay? No more headaches from dealing with returns and return tracking. ShipStation makes it easy, bro. And look, to relieve your stress, you know that your orders are handled and you're getting the best rates. Make shipping the easy part of having an online store. You have bigger ideas to think about. No wonder 90% of companies that use ShipStation for a year keep using it for as long as they're in business, okay? It's that good. And you can save money when you compare carrier options and choose the best shipping solution every time. And just for y'all, guess what? You can ship more in less time with ShipStation because you can use my offer code DUDES to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free with no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in DUDES. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
Hey guys, this episode of Dudes Behind the Foods is brought to you by goodybrand.com. Tim here, just popping in to remind you that what's a better Christmas gift than some fly-ass clothes? I mean, goodybrand.com, we got new hats. Count your blessings. We got beanies. We got new flannels. We got all types of new gear. So go to goodybrand.com and check it out.
All right, well, let me ask you this, David. So here was always the struggle too, right? Is because, if you believe in God, right, there's the concept of heaven and hell. But then also, like, a part of me is like a really big believer in reincarnation and like having past lives and shit.
Can I tell you this? So there's a show with what's her face? It's
Robert Pattinson.
No. Professor Snape. No. It's where they go into the idea of The Good Place, that show. The Good Place, surprisingly, I mean, the show kind of got a little wonky, but they brought up this really interesting topic that kind of fucked my head up a little bit. So in The Good Place, it's actually hell, right? But they kind of make it seem like it's heaven, and they create this it's just trickery and foolery, right? Which is what the devil does.
Yeah.
But going into heaven, they found out after 10,000 years of having everything amazing, and they know this, right? They go, why am I here? What am I looking forward to? 10, 20,000 years of having an amazing place over and over and over.
Oh, that's hell.
I learned art. I did everything that I wanted to do. How much more time do I need to live? And that's my whole existence for the rest of my life. I was like, man.
For the rest of eternity.
For the rest of fucking eternity.
Yeah.
And I thought about that shit. I was like, wait, you're right. That's kind of like hell. That's interesting.
Because you get bored.
Yeah, and then in the show, there's this way where you have a way out. So you can actually leave heaven, but we don't know what's on this other side.
Okay.
And so a lot of people, after 20, 30,000, 40,000 years, they go, I'm done with heaven. I would rather risk to see what's else on this other side because I've done the same thing over and over and over again. Okay. But we're given this idea that heaven is going to be eternal bliss and happiness. But it's like having pizza every day for the rest of your life. I fucking love pizza.
Yeah.
I had pizza for 20, 30,000 years.
Or dating like a super horny girl. After a while, it's like, I'm tired.
I don't know what that's like. No girl's horny around me. They have my penis once and they're like, that's enough. Enough. I am done.
She's like, this is hell now.
This is not the good place.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. I've never thought about it like that.
Kind of interesting, right? It's weird.
But then, I mean, if you think of heaven like the way everyone says heaven is supposed to be, right? Where it's like just everything you would want. I mean, what if you get bored in heaven and you're like, you know what? I want something to annoy me a little bit. And it's like, and it's there. It's
Can
like,
I tell you something, man?
Yeah.
Even though I do believe in heaven and hell, I wish the Bible would have said reincarnation was there because that would be the shit.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to thinking about reincarnation, and I believe more in people living different lives as opposed to you get reincarnated as a fucking,
Butterfly,
sofa chair. Oh yeah,
yeah.
butterfly I low key believe in. Oh, or that type of shit I do believe in, because let me tell you why. And I was just telling this story earlier to your barber Sergio, who gave me a fresh fade today. And he's my side barber because my barber is always out of fucking town. That's the thing about dating a popular, not dating, but
That's how intimate the relationship is between a guy and his fucking barber.
yeah, facts, dude.
Yeah, that's how fucking intimate it is.
My main barber, he's so poppin'. He's always, and literally when I'm like, hey man, when I text him like, are you good for Thursday? I know 8 times out of 10 he's gonna be like, man, I'm in Chicago cutting up a Chicago Bull or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So now, I go to his barber a lot, and we were talking about so when Chia, when we were first trying to make a baby, her grandma had passed I want to say that year, okay? And she was pretty close to her grandma, so it was, she was sad about it, right? And one day it was like after we had just went at it like rabbits for a week,
And her dead grandmother was floating over your two bodies, just fucking like animals. It's just like, what are you doing behind?
and just landed on my forehead.
Enough!
No,
You're killing her.
Oh my god. No. What happened was one day I hear Chia screaming outside, running, screaming, because she's deathly afraid of insects, right? I run outside thinking I'm gonna see a fucking wasp, but it's a beautiful white butterfly circling around her while she was running.
Butt naked.
The butterfly was butt naked, yes. Yeah, no, she was butt naked too, titties swanging. So she runs into the house. I'm like, a butterfly? And here's the trippy part. I've never seen a butterfly like legit follow somebody before, all right? So like to the point where Chia ran into the house, closed the glass door, and the butterfly's at the window, like right there on the glass, bro. And I'm like, that's your grandma. That's your grandma telling you we're pregnant. I feel it. Like, I know it, right? And sure enough, she was pregnant. And I'm like, that was definitely grandma. That was abuela for sure. So now I'm like, so since a part of me believes in reincarnation, I'm like, okay, so is it like you get to go to heaven if you want, or you get to be reincarnated if you want? Like,
hey man, I'm going for reincarnation all day.
Yeah. What would you want to come back as?
Just another person. I would like to be Japanese next.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just because it's kind of similar to Korean, but not really. And I want to know why they did all those terrible war crimes.
As a Korean, you have to say that.
Why I do this? You know what's funny? When I was in high school, so my father's a pastor, right? But I never knew. So there was her name was Lindsay, and this girl this girl fucking annoyed me, right? Because she was so mean about everything that she would do, and she was like the social justice warrior before SJW was even a term. And she knew that my father was a pastor. She knew I was a very devout Christian. I used to carry around this book, something life.
Why I'm better than you because I'm a Christian.
Yes, inyourfuckingface.com. And so, but that was just what it was. It's like I wanted to share my joy with people. And then some people actually went to church and they converted, which was kind of dope. I think they're still Christian till this day. And this girl came up to me and she goes, doesn't even say anything. And she just goes, you need to learn how to be more accepting. And I'm like, accepting of what? She goes, why don't you like gay people? I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, where is this coming from? She didn't have any. Hold on a second.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah. And so I didn't know what she was going about. And she was like, you hate gay people. There was no like asking me a question.
Right.
It was just a statement. You are Christian. You hate gay people.
Yeah.
And she goes, why don't you think they can get married? And I'm like, I was so confused because at the time, I didn't know gay people couldn't get married. I just assumed they could. And so she was going on this whole rant towards me about like, gay people should. And I was like, yeah, of course. What are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
Yeah.
I was like, but then it finally clicked after me. She did a whole fucking yelling at me thing and walked away. I was like, dude, can gay people not get married? I didn't fucking know that, but she didn't care to ask. And she just straight up started coming at me. And I'm like, you didn't even have a conversation with me, number one. I didn't know gay people couldn't get married. I assumed that they were just married.
Yeah, you were a stupid Christian boy.
Yeah, I didn't know shit. I was just dumb as shit. And also my dad didn't care. And he was a pastor.
Oh, word.
So my dad didn't care. So he was like, oh, yeah, of course they can get married, whatever.
That's the thing, right? It's all about the interpretation. There's literally a church in Long Beach that's like, has like on their door, we welcome all like LGBT, like everybody from that community, we welcome them. And it's a whole ass Christian church.
And what my dad said too, which is kind of profound, he goes, does me hating somebody who is homosexual, right, does it change the fact that they're gay? Them not allowing them to get married, does it change the fact that they're gay? It doesn't. So what does it matter?
Yeah, man.
It doesn't change anything.
Dude, that's such a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, and that was my biggest issue, man. Like, at the end of the day, right? The Bible says God is all loving.
And all knowing.
And all knowing, all loving, like, and like he is a God of love. Like it also says he's a jealous God, which always kind of threw me off in that verse. But like
he's abusive. He's an abusive husband.
He's toxic as hell. God is toxic.
I love you, but you're mine.
But it says God is like full of love. So it's like, come on, bro. Like y'all can't preach that you are all about this Christian, all-loving God and then be so like judgmental of people, because at the end of the day, God loves his creations. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the most hypocritical shit when you can be like, yo, all y'all going to hell, but God, I'm sure God is like, man, they good.
Yeah.
He's like, my creations are beautiful, you know?
I can't walk around knowing that I have to deliberately ostracize somebody just for this simple way of loving who they love. That shit irritates me. I can't, because if you look at it like this, man, I mean, because I'm not gay, right? But I do know what Tim, I'm backwards coming out to you right now.
You've been straight this whole time.
I like pussy.
Yeah, right. Go on.
I really do. I'm Italian now.
Yeah, I know.
I really like the pussy.
I love the pussy.
It tastes like a pomodoro calamari. I lie. But like just that idea of somebody telling me that I can't do something that makes me happy bothers me. And if you know what that feels like on any type of level, and it doesn't affect your day to day, doesn't hurt you at all whatsoever, that's fine. And even for those of you out there who feel uncomfortable with it, right? You can raise your kids however you want. But for you to go out of your way to make somebody feel like shit just because you don't agree with their lifestyle that doesn't affect your day to day,
Preach.
shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Move on. Leave them alone.
Yes.
Relax. Or I'm gonna kiss you in your mouth.
Say it again.
I'm gonna kiss you in the mouth.
Did I ever tell you when I was speaking tongues on accident?
What?
All right, man. Look, I used to go to these youth group Christian camps for like 2 weeks, right? With my youth group that I went to. We go to these like little camps up in the mountains. It was lit. It was like all these other youth groups that would come there. Great time to meet girls, let me tell you. But like we would all go to these like we would stay in these like little lodges, almost like dorms, you know what I'm saying? We go to like church every night. There would be like themed events. It was fun, right? And so one time they were doing like, you know, altar calls like they always do, right? And I didn't realize the goal of these like older kids around me was they were trying to get me to speak in tongues. I didn't realize that was their goal. So they kept telling me, they were like, they had their hands on me. They're like, all right, just pray, just let it out, just keep whatever you feel that you like, whatever the Lord is putting in your heart right now, just say it. So I'm praying, right? I'm praying. I'm thanking God for everything. I'm like, you know, God help me with this, help me with that. And they're like, just keep going, just keep going. Just don't even think about it. So I'm just kind of saying whatever to the point where it kind of sounds like I'm just kind of like mumbling. Yeah. And they're like, just keep going. Yeah. Just keep going. Just keep praying. And my real youth pastor, Pastor Dan, he came up to me. He came up and he's listened and he's like, hey, are you guys sure? Like while this whole thing's going on, he's like, hey guys, do you know, like, does Tim know what's going on right now? Like, because he was kind of listening, and he's like, you know, are you trying to get him to speak in tongues? And I looked up and I was like, oh, is that what y'all trying to get me to do? Yeah. Because they were like, they really thought since I was mumbling, I was beginning to speak in tongues. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that's what we were doing. And then they were like, they kind of stopped. They were like, oh. And Pastor Dan's like, yeah, guys, like, you know, like, it's great what you're trying to do here, but like, you know, you should really make sure you, like, everyone.
He knows what's on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same page. And they were like, oh, shit, they were like dumbfounded almost. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this funny ass story. Hey, this is why I fucking love my lady. So Mariel's mother is very religious, right? Very sweet lady. Mariel's also religious. Her mother one day approached her, and this is when they were in the car, right? And she goes, I believe that you have the gift of tongue. Like God has anointed this upon you, right? And Mariel's like, I can't fucking speak in tongues. Are you crazy? And then she's like, I don't have it. Her mom was like, yes, you do. And her mom was like, listen, if you speak in tongues, I'll give you $20.
What?
And then Mariel just starts going,
You fucking you are lying.
not fucking lying. And Mariel told me that she just started like mumbling shit just so she could get $20. And she was just going,
Mama say mama tusa.
$20 Venmo, please, right now, please.
That is hilarious.
My lady is one of the funniest people I've ever met. And she said this story so casually, like there's nothing wrong with it.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. You spoke in tongues just for $20.
Wow.
The habla bosa.
Well, look, and here's what's great about it. I feel like God was cracking up too.
I know, he's a little idiot.
All right, y'all, man. I feel like y'all need Jesus, so make sure you pray tonight, man. Thank you for watching Dudes Behind the Foods. Make sure, you like, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars on all the things. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
And I'm David So.
Praise Jesus.
Yo, have you been thinking about entering the world of cryptocurrency, but you felt a little overwhelmed? Well, Coinbase makes learning to buy and sell simple, okay? Coinbase offers a trusted and easy-to-use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. They offer portfolio management and protection, learning resources, and a mobile app so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. I actually do use Coinbase, and it does make it easy because I had no idea what was going on. For a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at coinbase.com/dudes. Sign up at coinbase.com/dudes for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to sign up today. That's coinbase.com/dudes.